goes. Y'all ever think
Finish.
about playing Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
I kind of want to know what it's about.
But
Like
like,
I kind of do.
well,
Or like
okay,
Catan. How you pronounce that?
they're different. Catan's like a
Oh,
board game. Dungeons and Dragons is like a role playing game where like we create the story. Like imagine you're writing something on Wattpad, but you're doing it while you're writing it. It's like
interesting.
a, it's like you're. I just think it would be fun. I think we would be really good at it. I have listened to 20 episodes that are each like over an hour long of a Dungeons and Dragons podcast since the
On
beginning
purpose?
of the year. Yes, on purpose. It's called
Oh,
Dungeons and Daddies. It's and it's so good. It is not a BDSM podcast. They make that very clear. And it is very funny.
only you would pick something like
You do
that to
you.
listen to.
Yeah, guys, it's only called Dungeons and Daddies because the characters they play are dads. And over last weekend, I made my Dungeons and Dragons character. It's a dark elf that is really good at combat. That's just a
Interesting.
taste. So if y'all ever want to play, let me know. I will create a game.
I mean, I want to learn, but you're making it sound very nerdish,
It
and
is
I don't know if I
nerdy.
want to partake in
There,
the nerd.
Alexis, there's no way you're gonna do it where it's not gonna be nerdy. It is very nerdy. It'll be fun.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it.
What the
Wow.
heck?
We're a trio. We're
Yeah,
codependent.
Raven.
Well, I don't play games anymore at the moment. So that's
It
all I
is
got.
not like a video game. It is basically like we are creating a book. We are weaving a story, a tale, if you might.
Can we read it back later?
Yeah. You're supposed to write everything down.
Oh,
We could even make a podcast episode.
interesting.
I'll make it stuff you like. I'll make it like Bachelor themed or something.
TBD. TBD.
Y'all hate me.
Just a little.
Speaking of The Bachelor,
Oh yeah, segue. You're welcome.
Welcome back to the podcast. I'm sure you're
hey
wondering.
guys.
I'm sure you're wondering why you're listening to another Bachelor episode.
And it is because The Bachelor is on one and is releasing too many episodes.
It's on
Yes,
2.
too
This is
much.
2 weeks. So this week and next week.
Yeah, so
And also come
part
live
one
tweet
of
with
two.
us.
Yeah,
My Twitter
come
fame is
live
taken
tweet.
off.
Yeah, we're so good at live tweeting. We're so funny. I swear
The one
Nick
about
Viall
Oprah
stole
was
my
funny.
joke. Nick
Which
Viall
one?
stole my freaking joke, the Oprah one.
Oh, that he's handing out I love yous like Oprah.
Yes, but he put a little gift, and since it's Nick Viall, everybody was eating it up, but I said it first. He saw it and he stole my joke.
Go back and check your timestamps.
I was
I don't
purposely
care.
trying to avoid seeing the tweets because I didn't watch until like today. All
Oh,
3
Oh
episodes I watched today.
dang.
I mean, I watched.
it's okay. Even if you watched it, you didn't miss much.
Yeah, I missed the beginning of both episodes. It was like 7:30 and I was like, "Oh crap, The Bachelor's on." And then I tuned in.
I was at like 7:06 and I was tweeting, and then last night I was tired of tweeting, and then you came in, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
I was reading your mind. I was like, I can feel Alexis.
Yeah, like my thumbs were moving too quickly. They were getting a little stiff. I couldn't take notes and tweet at the same time. So many thoughts. Like, do I tweet my thoughts, or do I just tweet like snippets of my thoughts?
I just be
I don't
saying
know.
stuff. Oh, okay. Before we start on Bachelor stuff, have y'all heard that thing that was like, are there more doors or more wheels in the entire world?
I saw something about that on TikTok and
I am team
thought it was
wheels.
weird.
There are definitely more wheels in the world than
I'd say
doors.
wheels too.
Yeah. I don't understand how people are saying doors. Like,
But I mean,
yeah,
I feel
there's a
like it
lot
could
of
be equal
doors.
though. It depends. If you're thinking of wheels, like
no,
every
any
single
kind of
wheel.
wheels. Yeah,
Oh,
any kind of wheel,
okay. Well,
not
Or
there's a
like
lot
just
of
like
any
cars.
kind of
tires.
door.
The girl that I saw, she
Like
was
a
on TikTok.
cabinet door.
A car
Maybe,
door.
yeah. I'm gonna say, yeah, a car, yeah, all kinds of doors. I still think wheels, because there are plenty of things that have wheels
I'm going with doors.
that don't have doors.
I'm going with doors. Now that we put cabinet doors into them, a lot of people have a lot of cabinets. Are we
And
going
like
with?
doggy
Oh no.
doors and like
But there are also just
Yes.
wheels everywhere. Like,
there
there
are a lot of
are,
wheels.
yeah, there are wheels in your dishwasher, there are wheels in, like, your
Your
fridge.
dresser.
Yeah, there are wheels everywhere.
Mm,
Mm.
I kind of want to go with cabinets or not cabinets, doors,
I'm going with wheels.
just
Always
to be different.
wheels. Never
Dude, I don't
doors.
know. Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about the women tell all, right? That's the first episode we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a
Unfortunately,
comment. It might be an unpopular opinion, I don't know. But I think Sierra was doing too much this whole entire episode.
Okay, cause tell me
yes
why.
and no, yes and no.
Tell
Like
me
I
why
loved the energy.
my dad watched it and my dad goes, I know he didn't like her. She's way too abrasive.
Like,
I
I
was like,
liked her and what she was saying, but I think she
But
was
it was a
just was
lot.
butting in too much at like every little thing. And that's why I didn't like it. It was just too
but like,
much.
I know if she would have just like made her point and then just like was like, I'm done, it would have been way better.
Yeah.
I liked her in some aspects, but not like every single time. Honestly, she spoke the most out of anybody, which was
I know.
odd considering we didn't see a lot of her throughout
Unless she was
the
talking about
season.
another woman.
Yeah, like when she, well, I'll get into it like when I bring up Cassidy, but when she talked about how she spoke to Clayton every single night, where was the conversation?
Yeah, they didn't show
If it
her.
wasn't aired,
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
But I feel
Ow.
like also like the part where she like cut Clayton off, I'm like, you didn't have to like say anything right then.
That was so
Like he was in
rude.
the middle of a sentence and like
Yeah, she was
it
kind of,
wasn't your time to speak.
well, she tweeted like her response to all of the hate, and she like posted some mean Instagram DMs about how she doesn't regret it, and
I mean, she
she was
doesn't
I
have
mean,
just
anything
no,
to really
cause
regret.
like
true. She
people,
spoke her mind.
cause people are weirdos. Like you can say like, "Oh, I think what she did was like not the best," without being straight up like, "Yeah, you monkey, shut up." It's like there's a balance. You don't have to start being racist to tell her to shut up. You can just tell her to
N-
be quiet.
No, in some one of the DMs, she was like, "It's not a race thing," but
But if you have to say it's not a race thing, it's already a race thing.
yeah, it's not a race thing. You were just being rude. You weren't coming off as like an aggressive black woman. You were just disrespectful.
Dang, she added in a two hitter.
She said aggressive. Anyways, okay. So, episode 9, the women tell all. Honestly, the women told nothing. Just saying.
Okay.
But I did categorize all of our villains because I know I talk about it a lot, but apparently there were a lot. I forgot about Claire. Claire technically really isn't a villain, but
She wasn't
she
really a
had like
villain. She just didn't like them.
a villainish story. Now
Claire
that she
was so
clarified,
funny.
now that
She
she's
was like, I was just
clarified that
there
she
for
was
the open
drunk,
bar. Like it
it
makes
makes a
sense.
lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Like I would stay for the bar too. Like if I was on there and
I
you
mean,
But
know,
that
like
send me
I
was,
didn't
home
go
with
home
free
just yet.
drinks.
I know, but that was so funny. Like, how is she just gonna be like, I hate him?
I'm just here for
Free
the drinks.
drinks. I wonder. Oh, wait, I wonder if they pay for their flight out there. Because if they do, she got a flight, a drink. Oh no,
Oh no, I was agreeing
I
with
have
you.
to
I
pay
don't know
my.
why I said
Oh,
probably not. Probably
I was gonna
yes.
say I have to pay my own way to be on a dating show.
I mean, yes, they go into debt for that show for their clothes and stuff. Like, have you read those articles? Like, this one girl a
And
couple
I
years
would be
ago was like,
buying things off of Shein. And if y'all think
she
I look
was like,
tacky, I look tacky.
she was like, I had to take out a second mortgage on my house. Huh?
Calm down. It's not
On
that
your
serious.
home?
It's not that serious. It's not prom every. Well, I guess it is prom every single day.
Once a week.
Oh.
So
Okay.
what's that? 10
Well,
dresses?
well, it depends how far you make it. And you know they like trade and wear each other's. So
I mean,
it may
I
not
keep the
always
tags
be
on. Return them.
right.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna return it. Why would I put myself in debt for a man that may not even pick me?
Because
But
of paradise.
It's
okay.
almost paradise.
If we recap Paradise, we have to open with the song. We make it copyrighted, but I want to sing it.
Or
I
just change
really
the
hope.
lyrics.
Yeah,
I
we'll
really
do
hope
it like
Shanae's not on Paradise. I don't
they're
care
already
about the drama.
starting a petition.
I do
Like,
too.
I can't stand her.
No, okay. Anyways, back to the villains. There was Claire, then it was Cassidy, then Shanae, then Mara, and then Sarah. But I don't know if we would consider Sarah a villain either.
I don't consider Mara a villain.
You just think she was
Yeah, she just didn't like Sarah, and Sarah didn't like
Yeah.
her.
oh.
I feel like they just had a
Uh,
personal beef. Actually, no. People in the house had beef with Sarah, so Sarah could be a
yeah.
villain. Mara, I don't think is a villain. I think Mara was just speaking for everybody.
She already knew she was going home, might as well. Okay. We start off with the Cassidy drama, and Sierra starts talking about how well, okay, it starts off it's supposed to be like a Cassidy drama situation, but Sierra starts talking about how Shanae's a liar and that Cassidy just raised a 2.0 to leave behind after she got, kicked off. And then Sierra says that it was disrespectful, that she was taking time from the other women and it was frustrating. And Cassidy then says that she was never being disrespectful. She never talked about them behind um their back or in like her interviews. She just occasionally called them, some words. I won't say it, just so I don't have to mark it explicit. But
Come on, Alexis, mark it explicit. Do it. Do it.
no, my
Ain't no
mom's gonna
kids
listen to
listening to
this.
this.
My mother's
And
going to listen to this.
your mom is a grown woman. She can hear it. Say it. Say
No,
it.
thank you. I still live with
Say
her. Anyways, I hate to say it, but I kind of agree with Cassidy. Like, if I was on the show, yeah, I'm gonna steal every single moment I can.
it. I mean,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
that part. But the main reason they're upset is because she had someone back home.
Yes, her
Yeah.
friends with benefits. But if you're getting upset for me stealing time with him, no, that's what we came here to do.
But also, keep the friends. I think Cassie would have gone all the way if she would have just kept her business to herself.
I don't think she would have made it past hometowns.
Cause
I think,
literally, I bet all those women have dudes back home that they left that like a roster they could just call up and be like, I got kicked off the show. I'm sad. And dudes would be clamoring at their door. If she would have just not told nobody.
yeah, I think it's just really the fact that she was fake. Like, she just told people. Like, I guess the fact that she was FaceTiming him didn't really matter.
Yeah.
I guess it's a part where she was like, "Oh, when I'm done with the show, I'm gonna go back to him."
Yeah, she shouldn't have
Unless she's
said
engaged.
anything about it.
Right. Like,
Oh yeah,
what?
and then Sierra was like, it shouldn't have to be a callback. It should have been like, I'm going to, maybe find the love of my life. Goodbye. Not
Yeah,
I did get
and then
engaged. I'm home. Or if she did get engaged, I got engaged. We can't talk anymore. Like
like
it shouldn't be a conversation.
I feel like he would have gladly taken her back if she just got off the show. Like,
Right? It didn't sound
Yeah.
like he was gonna move on. If you're already planning on watching it back with her, it didn't sound like you were gonna move on if she decided, oh, I'm not gonna wait, or I'm not
I
gonna come
think
back to you.
maybe she didn't think she was going to go that far. So she was like, I'm going and I'm trying to get this Instagram clout. We can watch us back because I'm going to be acting a fool.
I
And there's
also feel like if
Possibly.
it was like a friends with benefit situation, you wouldn't have to like explain yourself.
right.
So that's why I think there was more than just it was more than that, but then also maybe she just put her foot in her mouth and like
Oh,
Maybe.
definitely. Okay, but then Cassidy goes on to like make digs at Sierra about her relationship with Clayton, like what I said earlier about how apparently
Mm-hmm.
Sierra talked to him every single night, but again, was not aired. The only time we ever saw them speaking was about other women in the house. First it was Cassidy, then it was Shanae, and I don't think she made it to the Sarah drama. but it just felt like she was always talking about someone else, not her.
I mean, I believe that she probably talked to him every night because, like, we barely saw any of him and Teddy's conversation, and she made it pretty far. So,
Yeah, I still don't understand how that
and
happened.
like Eliza, I don't think we saw any conversations with him and Eliza.
And Genevieve, like, how did she get
So,
that far?
yeah, it's like not unbelievable that she did talk to him that much.
Do you think he like pre-picked who he was going to take to fantasy suite so
Yes.
he could have sex with him?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Sissy just happened to,
Can
like,
we skip to that part
no,
or no?
no,
Because like I have thoughts and it might be like I'm not taking either of their sides.
no, 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 no. We're going to get to that part because I want to read his reply and I want your thoughts. Okay. We're going to get through this women tell all and then we can get to that shamble of an episode.
We can just hit like the high points of Women Tell All, like
Yeah, that's what I'm
Genevieve and
going.
Aaron.
Hold
We
on. We're not there yet.
Oh yeah, we can skip Shanae because I really don't care.
Well, just let me browse through it, okay? I took notes.
Okay,
Anyways,
read your
okay.
notes.
So after the Cassidy whole drama situation, she had a friends with benefits, shouldn't have had one. That's pretty much it. And then Shanae's hot seat. They didn't talk about the Elizabeth situation, which kind of made me upset because I feel like that was the catalyst for all of this.
Was
And
I don't
Elizabeth
think they
then
even
wanted to
there?
make Clayton look bad.
Elizabeth was
Mm.
there. She didn't say anything. Well, it didn't look like she said anything.
I mean, she's not gonna want to say anything.
She should have. She was all up on Instagram and not TikTok, Twitter, talking about it. You might as well go ahead and say it while you're with everyone. And then Shanae's now in the hot seat, and also she never admitted that she lied to Clayton about the apology, which it might as well.
She
It's
said
on
she
national television.
apologized for Clayton, not for herself or the girls. So she didn't mean it, but she
That's
apologized
stupid.
for Clayton.
Stupid. Anyways, Genevieve's on stage with her. They talk about how she was anxious about the 2-on-1, and then Shanae says, when I got sent home, I lost weight. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I was just so anxious. But when you get sent home, you go home and sleep with Aaron from Katie's season.
Y'all see Aaron's
I'm
TikTok?
here for it though.
Yes. Yes.
He goes,
Honestly,
No,
I said they
"Is
would be
this
a great
play
couple
about
on Twitter.
us?"
He posted 2 TikToks. I forgot what the other one was, but I kind of ship it. I
That's
don't know if she could open
hilarious.
up to him, but
I mean, I
Aaron's
think
like
if
cool.
she's
they
opening up quite a bit on Women Tell All.
okay,
Yeah, like I feel like that's the
especially
most we've ever heard her speak. And I think I
Yeah,
said that. It was
yeah.
kind of odd. Okay, after Shanae's hot seat, we get into Sarah's conversation. Oh shoot. Okay, so Sarah thinks that Croatia was the turning point of when she became the villain. I'm quoting, by the way, for not watching this. And that's when all of the women were starting to feel threatened, but I don't know. I feel like if we're gonna talk about the crying situation, that's when I would start to feel threatened. And she keeps dancing around the question when they ask her, did Clayton cry? Because Hunter flat out asked her, did Clayton cry with you? And she said,
tell me why. It was my
no.
first time seeing that film where he was like, "I don't believe you. I think you're fake crying." I was like, "Okay, Clayton."
I talked about it the last
You don't watch
episode.
the episodes.
Thank you. Oh,
I watched these two.
I was gonna say I talked about it the last episode when he was talking about the fake tears.
I heard about it, but I didn't see it with my
And Serene
eyes.
was like, Sarah, we I had a conversation with you, but you still never, clarified the crying situation. And then after the Women Tell All, she did an interview with Extra, and someone asked her, so did Clayton really cry? And she said, I'm done talking about this crying situation. It's gone on way longer than it should have, so I'm just done speaking about the crying. I should never talk about someone else's emotional past ever again.
That means he
Just
didn't cry.
just say you lied because Clayton sat up there and said I did not. Okay, that was pretty much it for Sarah's hot seat. They didn't even address the Mara situation with her. I mean, they did for a
Mm.
second, but it wasn't good enough for me to jot down. Then Teddy gets a hot seat, and I like her a lot more now. I feel like I didn't like her a lot throughout the season, but now she's growing on me. So I'm kind of hoping she goes to Paradise.
Tell me why I forgot that she was a virgin. That slipped my mind.
Because they don't talk about it as much as they do with other people.
No, we just talk about therapy sessions a lot more. But basically, the one thing that came out of hers is that Clayton's brother slid into her DMs, but we don't know which brother of Clayton slid into her DMs.
I didn't even know Clayton had a brother.
Right? We don't know
Me
anything about
neither. We
him.
don't know any. Yeah, I was thinking that today when I was watching.
The most we're gonna get to know about him is next week when his parents come.
Hmm.
And then that was pretty much it. And then Serene got a hot seat. And she basically said that she really wanted to express to him that she loved him. And that was about all I got. It was kind of
Yeah,
lacking things. But now Clayton's on the stage. He says he doesn't regret anything that happens throughout the season, and I feel like you should. You should. Especially after what we watched last night, you should be regretting something. And then Sierra asks why he neglected the concerns of all of the women when all of them have like told him countless times about what's going on with Shanae in the house, and he said he wanted tangible evidence, but then Sierra says that he's confusing love with lust. And I tweeted that last night. Sadly, no one replied to my tweet, but I kind of agree with her,
I agree,
especially after
100.
last night. And then that she doesn't think that he's ready for marriage. He's probably ready now, but during this whole process, he wasn't ready to find a wife, which I could see because it never felt like yeah, he had connections with all of these women, but it never felt like, oh, I'm so excited to get engaged at the end of this. Not like a I mean, who got engaged right after to the right person? No one in a while, actually. It wasn't like a Joe and Serena P situation. And then he thought his relationship with Shanae was fake. And then he addresses Sarah and says that he did not cry with her. And then he talks about how things ended with Serene. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And then I had some thoughts while watching because it was a little. What'd you
Can you
say?
hear
Hear
me?
you. I haven't headphones.
Oh, you're talking to the dog.
Hey guys, we have
Oh,
a stinky little guest. What does he have to say?
Who's attacked me?
multiple times.
He just bit your pants. Stop being dramatic.
If I didn't have
Okay,
pants on, he would
still,
have bit my foot
It's just
or
a
my
foot.
leg.
You can live without it. He's old
whatever.
now. That was a
What,
young him. Him
whatever.
before he lost his teeth. You
Oh my
stink
goodness.
so bad.
Okay,
Our dogs are getting so old. Sad.
please don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry, but Tuta's up there. He can barely hear.
Oh,
Bax can't hear for nothing.
oh, he's gonna have to learn his way around the new house.
Oh, he's already going crazy every time I bring him there.
Oh. Okay. Anyways, my thoughts. Why didn't we see their personalities enough? I like Sierra more. Who the heck is Kira? And why is she shooting her
Right?
shot
I
with
remember her.
Right.
Clayton?
She's the
I
one who
said
came in the
that.
white coat, the white doctor's coat or nurse.
Okay,
She's
well,
I
the
don't know what she
PA.
was.
she
And
shouldn't have been invited to the women tell all if we were going to
I
act
was
like
like
that and
I
ask
was like,
this man,
who
I
is
don't
this
know if you're in a
person with a
relationship.
blowout?
And she was like, I don't know if you're in a relationship, but if you aren't, call me. Excuse me.
I'm
Have you
like,
not
babe,
seen any previews?
he obviously didn't like you because he sent you home.
Thank you. And I don't like
but
you right now
maybe
either. And then
I
he
don't
talks about
know.
how he fell in love with 3 women. And then I make the comment that I still don't think he ends up with anybody. And
I don't think he
spoiler
does
alert.
either.
Spoiler alert.
You don't know, don't say anything.
I
No,
don't
I'm making
know.
an observation. Fine, I'll make my observation at the end. I'll explain why I think why I think. Okay.
I don't think
Anyways,
he ends up with anybody because like Teddy was
There are no
like,
spoilers.
yes, there are. They came out today.
Oh
yeah, some
shoot.
spoilers did come out today. But since Teddy was like, I know things
Yeah,
and
and
I
I hope
Because
believe
you're
what
she's
you're
okay.
doing okay.
she's probably talking to his brother. You know what, Teddy? Good on
No,
you
she
for
has
getting the scoop.
friends.
Because she didn't respond to his DM. She
Thank
Oh.
wouldn't
you.
just lie like that.
But yeah,
I
well, I
don't know
guess I
Teddy's
can explain
personal,
why I
so
think why I think.
but
All of the previews really just give it away. He does not end up with anybody. There's
I
no
don't
way
think
that
he
that man
does.
could be so unhappy during this women tell all and be
I'm
so
okay, this
excited
is
to
so
what
be engaged to someone.
broken.
this is my
Thank you.
thing. I have a theory.
What's the
We're
theory?
not there yet. So
Oh, okay.
continue.
Okay, now I'm on episode 10. If you're
Whoa.
following along, that's the shortest amount of time that I've ever done an episode before. You can tell there was
I
nothing to
know.
watch.
Now we have so much time to get into episode 10.
I know, this is where all of the juicy
You're so
meat and
sneaky.
potatoes are.
Can
Okay.
I just
Wait, do you
say
want to
my
say?
thing right here about Susie?
Yes.
No, we're not even in her fantasy suite yet.
You have in the first line,
Oh. Oh, okay,
Susie
okay.
says
Okay.
Susie says that if he was intimate with them, she doesn't know if she can get past it because that level of intimacy is important to her, and she only does it with people she has a commitment with.
Okay.
She should have told him.
When, Raven, when? When do you
Yeah,
have time to tell
when?
somebody,
Okay,
if you have sex with two other women, I'm not going to get engaged to you, be with you, I'm just going to leave? When do you have time to say that? A
Like,
group date?
that is,
A
Maddie,
that,
one-on-one?
Maddie Pruitt said it right after the rose ceremony, didn't she?
You know, I've been seeing a lot of people compare this situation to a Peter and Maddie. No.
Now, she should have
no,
said, if you plan on picking me at the end, I don't want you to sleep with anyone else. But
But she also
like,
said she wanted she wanted him to explore all of the other
yeah.
relationships.
But if
I
you
she,
guess
really
to
think
him,
it's
he
me,
needed to
I won't get
explore
over it.
she
every
wanted him
single body
to make
part.
that decision himself. She wanted him to be like, oh, I want Susie, so I'm not going to have sex with these other women. He
And
shouldn't have
he
needed
said,
the ultimatum
yeah, she said, I
to
didn't
not
want to
do
have to give
it
you an
if he
ultimatum.
wanted her.
Yeah,
He
I
shouldn't have
understand where she's
needed the
coming from too. I feel
ultimatum.
like the same way.
He should have,
But
well, I'll get to that later.
also, I think Clayton was gonna pick her.
Yeah,
Then why did he?
well,
Then why
hold on.
did he have
I don't
sex
want to
with
give it
two
away
other
yet.
women?
I don't want to give it away yet.
Because
Like,
if I was in love with a dude and there are two other dudes
I
that I
wouldn't be
know are
sleeping
in
with
love
two
with
other
me,
dudes.
I would not have sex with them.
okay, but in my mind, and when I'm trying to put myself in Clayton's position, I feel like Clayton's like, well, they haven't said anything to me, so I'm assuming all these girls are okay with whatever happens in fantasy suites. Because I
But
feel like most people usually say something or give some kind of hint to like they're not going to be okay with it.
I think some of them were okay, but I think it's the way he went about telling them that
I
that's
think
what the
he,
preview that we got. Because
yeah, I think he said that because of what happened with Susie.
yeah, I
Like he
mean, it was
wouldn't have
already
done it
Yeah.
on TV.
otherwise.
They were going to find out regardless. Okay, so she makes that comment, and then Rachel's the first one to go on her fantasy suites. And then she's hoping they can move forward because he hasn't opened up yet. And then she tells him how nervous she felt at the last rose ceremony and how she could like visibly see this heartbreak occurring. And then he then tells her, oh, that's like during their date. They went like volcano diving, whatever you want to call that. And then like during their date portion, he tells her that he's falling in love with her.
That man throws
And
out
then at
I
the
love
end,
yous like
when they wake
crazy.
up, he was like, "I love you, Rachel."
Yeah.
He, I hate the way he yells. I'm sorry.
What's the difference between falling in love with someone and saying I love you? Are those two separate things or is it
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
the
falling
falling
in
same?
in
love
love happens before you're okay.
in
I saw
love.
this thing. Where did I
Okay,
hear
because
this? I
that's what
heard
I
this
was
thing
thinking, but
somewhere.
he made it sound like it was
The
joined.
No,
same.
Yeah.
like falling in love. Go.
I
Raven,
heard this
go.
thing where it was like falling in love means that you're in love, but your brain hasn't caught up with your heart, or your
Okay.
yeah, your brain hasn't caught up with your heart.
His brain
So
didn't
like you're
catch up that
logically
quickly
like,
last night. Just there's no
what?
way. There's no
I
way that
mean,
his brain caught up that quickly.
the physical intimacy that they had
Yeah, he
in their
said
overnight
he
was like,
was so
Wow.
amazing. It made his brain
Love
catch
and
up.
lust. Love and lust.
Max, this is so
That's a
good.
perfect
but I still like the
example.
way he yells. He's like, "I love you too, Rachel." I'm like,
It was kind of cringy.
it's just,
It's the
yeah.
football player in him.
It just
He
doesn't
goes blue
sound like
42.
Oh, probably.
yeah. He did it twice.
Did he do it,
He did it with
Gabby?
Gabby too. Yeah.
Oh,
But
their
see,
date
that
was
is
my
so
favorite.
insane.
Okay,
Yeah.
so after Rachel's fantasy suite, now it's Gabby's turn. and they go dune buggying. Yes, I know that's not a word, but that was the only way I could figure it out.
Why would that not
And
be a word?
they're dune buggying. Isn't it just dune buggy?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, well.
What does
Anyways,
your
oh,
autocorrect thing say?
I don't know. But by the way, I didn't mention this before, but they're in Iceland,
Yeah,
and they
Reykjavik.
talk about. Girl,
That
I
don't
can't
sound
pronounce
right.
that. I can't pronounce that, so I just didn't try. But
Reykjavik? I don't know.
they're talking about their feelings after hometowns. They're like in this small diner just discussing these things with other people around, mind you. And he says he is starting to feel like he's falling in love with her. And now they're at the date portion. And he wait, okay, so how I think I read that down twice. Like then he tells her he's falling in love with her. Oh, it's because in his interview he says that he thinks he's falling in love with her. And then at the dinner he says, I'm falling in love with you. And then they go to the suite, but it's not like a suite, it's like a little yurt. It's kind of cute. Like that would be a cool Airbnb.
I would be so mad at being outside.
Why? And there was a tent.
I don't care. I don't want to stay in a tent. I want to stay in a building with
It was like a yurt.
walls
A yurt.
and doors. A yurt is just a fancy tent.
It was cool though. And then there was strawberries and champagne, which she said specifically in the beginning that she wished their date was, you know, something laying in the beach drinking strawberries and champagne, but it wasn't. And then we pan back to Susie spiraling, and she's discussing about how if he's sleeping with someone else or if he sleeps with both of them, like she can't do it. Like she can't. And then she says it feels like it's ending, which was kind of sad. Like it was real sad. You know, it's crazy that all of this happened over the course of 2 hours when it really could have been summed up in one.
Right? You see how we're keeping like a tight 45 minutes on this?
I mean, yeah, but that's because I ran through the first one I could have gone on.
The women tell
And you didn't
all?
need to go on. You
Yeah, I
didn't
had
need to.
thoughts.
About what?
Why were these women so outrageously loud?
Because they're all
No,
Where
trying to
was
fight
this
for their
energy through
time.
the season?
And
because everyone
okay,
knows.
They're trying to steal their spots for Paradise, yeah.
Yes.
did you hear the amount of people who prepared their one-liners and just had to get it in somewhere?
Yes.
The one about the diaper?
Yes.
That
I
was
was like,
rude.
I'm telling
I
you,
don't
they
think
were
that one was prepared, but
workshopping.
like a lot of them, you could tell. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like, as soon as they got kicked off, they're like, yeah, this going in the women tell all.
Yeah. Oh, and then Jason, Caitlin's fiance, Jason Tartik. I don't know how to pronounce the man's last
I
name.
was gonna say
He
Mesnick.
oh no. He was talking about how um doing something like a man shouldn't be like a statement anymore. But I feel like Lindsay was saying it to clarify. He should have been a man. He was not. I mean, just gotta say that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't even know who
Lindsay
Lindsay is.
Lindsay
I know
W.
who Lindsay is.
She's the blonde one. She was talking about how he should have been a man and like I think owned up to it or something like that.
Yeah, I remember her saying that. Just owned up to it, but
Yeah,
like
but
I
then
don't.
Jason tweeted that like a man shouldn't be like a thing anymore.
Okay, Jason.
Yeah, Jason. And then he also said that Caitlyn should have been the host because she would have kept the women in check. I could see that.
You know who should have hosted?
Michelle.
Nick and Vanessa Lachey. That's who should have hosted. I
If you
think they've
watch
done a good job.
if you watch the Love Is Blind reunion, you
Yes,
know.
that's what I'm talking about. They would have told these women. And then they would have got on the Clayton being like, nah, we ain't gonna go past that. Well, why were you keeping Shanae so long, huh?
Right? You would think they were sleeping together. Anyways, now we're at Susie's fantasy suites, and it
Oh,
blew
my
my
pants
mind that he asked
date.
her to jump. Like, it's freezing cold. Do you want her to jump up and hug you and kiss you? No.
She was like,
Yeah.
nope.
I'm not doing that.
I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
And
Their
he
date,
said,
Next time.
first mark against her. She didn't jump into my arms.
That's why
Their
he was so
date,
upset. He
Yeah.
wasn't mad about the
probably.
ultimatum or whatever. He was mad because
Oh
she
no, I
didn't
think he was
jump.
mad about that.
He was
Because
mad
when
that she
Clayton
was
says
cold.
jump, you jump.
God,
Oh my goodness.
that's a Raven reference,
Okay.
huh?
I'm
In the
surprised.
year
I'm surprised
2022.
we haven't dropped a Boys in Motion reference yet, because that's like a daily thing.
Do you know what I've been listening to like every night?
Boys in Motion.
Cinderella. No,
Oh.
Cinderella by the Cheetah Girls. That song is so good. I was like, I swear I can
It's
learn the
really good.
dance to it. I practice. I've been practicing.
Wait. So should we like do like Boys in Motion and like a Cinderella TikTok on Friday? Like
Yes.
learn it and
Yes.
perform?
Yes, we do it. We hit our little circle.
What are we gonna do? Prop the phone up on us on the fan or something?
No, we're moving in the circle. You
But
know
how are
that
we
part
gonna
they're
angle?
like,
Are we gonna?
I can slay.
I know, but how are you gonna angle the phone?
You just like put
We'll
it a
figure it
little
out.
higher. Yeah. We'll workshop it,
Okay.
guys.
Okay. We're also gonna need to film a read with me. We're just gonna do a little
Okay.
time
Yes.
lapse of us reading the book.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about
Please.
after the
I
podcast.
look so ugly when I read. I be sitting there because I'm trying to like, I have to move my body because I can't imagine it in my head. And
Oh
it's
yeah, I
so
What do you?
forgot you were one of
stressful.
those people.
What do you do?
It
You
is so.
walk while you read?
No, like if they're like, oh, and he turned to look at me and I sat back, I'd just be sitting there like,
That must suck.
it
You
does.
can't read in public, can you?
Like you read like during a spicy scene, I'll be upside down, legs over my head. This is so fake. Ain't no way someone workshopped these moves to
Oh
make
my
sure
goodness!
actual people could do them.
But the I don't think the point is for actual people to do them. I think it's just for
I don't
like.
care. I need to imagine it. I want
No,
to
I
be.
think it is the point.
Yeah. So like if you
So
saying that she has her back against his chest but her legs are behind his hips, how? Tell me.
wait,
Are she sitting there like in a little sea jump? What is she doing?
okay, test it out and let us know.
No, that I do test it out. Like,
How? Like with a wall?
well, first
With
of all, I can use
anything.
a little bit of my imagination and be like,
Oh,
okay, if I'm the girl and I'm on my knees, but my back is to his chest and my legs are supposed to be and you just do the little movements of one of the characters.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah, that was
okay,
probably a little too much information about me. I apologize.
a little bit, but it's okay.
I
We're all
wasn't
getting to know each
apologizing to
other.
you. I was apologizing to the people listening.
Oh well, I don't care. Okay, back to the program. Their date portion is at a hot springs sky lagoon situation, which seems really fun, but
Oh,
that water
why
looked
do they have so
extra
many
cold.
cold rooms? Like
It's
cold
supposed to be
mist,
like a detox. So
cold
like
pool.
you get in the cold, so detox your body, and then you get into the warm, so you can be warm.
Mm.
Duh.
Duh, Casey.
My that sounds like the duh for someone who had the same question as me.
And apparently Clayton plans on telling Susie that he's in love with her, and then oh sorry, I skipped to their dinner because their date was actually kind of boring. And then he tells her, and she's like shocked, like she makes the shocked face. And also, pause before I finish this. Did anybody notice the likes?
No,
Did y'all think about
I'm
this?
happy I didn't.
Like
I pushed that to the back of my mind so you wouldn't
somebody
ruin
tweeted
this
about it, so it's
episode.
not just me.
Oh, the word like.
Yeah, somebody
Like,
tweeted
okay, I
about
think
it,
I
so it's
know
not
what
just
like.
me. Okay. Anyways, and she asked him if he feels that way about any other woman and if he's been intimate with anybody else. And he says he has slept with someone here and that he is falling in love with him. He only really specifies that it's one like one woman, but he doesn't
And
mention
then
that
he
it
says
was
both
both of them
somewhere.
until the end. And then
Yeah, I
she
noticed that.
says, yeah, no, it's kind of weird. Like just say it. Own up to it. If you're gonna own up to one, own up to all. And she says that she doesn't feel comfortable, and he says that he's the most in love with her,
That is
which
so
is
dumb.
shady. Shady. You have two other women, and if they watch this back and they see, ah, I wasn't really in love with him, like I'm in love with you. You shouldn't have been in
Like,
love with the other two to
Now
begin
he can't even pick him, even if he
right.
wanted to.
Because I promise you, if he would have picked me and I heard him say that,
with. Done.
I would cause the biggest fight he has ever seen. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care if he hasn't even like seen her since the filming. I would just be like, why don't you go call Susie? Huh? So in love with her. More in love with her than me.
Do y'all think? Would you like make comments like that all the time though? Like you should call
Yes.
your other girlfriend
Yes.
Yeah.
someone else that was on The Bachelor.
Like
Okay,
like
but there's
Wasn't
like
the
anytime.
right one.
there's
Yes,
only
I
so
You're like,
would.
oh
long you can
Mara,
do that though.
huh?
Before there's only so long you can do that though before it becomes like a either like a thing that happens every time you get into a fight, go call her, or it'd be like something detrimental,
No, I'd
if that
only
makes
do it as
sense.
a joke. Like I wouldn't do it in a
Oh,
serious
okay, okay.
situation. But like,
Yeah, like you
oh,
know how
you
like a
want
dude will
shrimp?
be
You better go call Shanae.
yeah. Or like a
You're the
dude's like,
girlfriend.
"Hey, you remember whenever we went to this place?" and you just don't remember and you're like, "Oh, now you
Must
probably
have been
brought
your other
Susie
girlfriend.
there with me."
Oh no. Okay, and then after he says that, she says that she doesn't think she can get past this, and he then admits to sleeping with both women. She says she can't move past it, and he says that she should have told him sooner, and how could she not tell him? But the thing about him saying all of this is that he's raising her voice. He then apologizes later. That's out of character for him. Whatever. But he's like yelling at her, and he basically can't even look at her in the eye. And then she says that she doesn't feel like she can leave with him and that he seems very angry. And then he tells her that in his eyes, she just invalidated everything that they've ever had and that she should stay and fight if their feelings were true. And then I was in shock that this was ending the way it was ending because this whole entire time that we've seen this preview, I thought he was yelling at Gabby, not Susie, because, Susie was always supposed to be his number one, which was confirmed, by the way, in case anybody was wondering.
You know what's crazy?
Yep. What?
If he would have said that to me, I definitely would have left. He was like, "If you really liked me, you would fight for me." Like that would have
Yeah.
just that statement would have made me mad because I
If
just told
you
you.
if you really liked me, you wouldn't have slept with someone else.
Thank you.
Yeah,
When
that's what I'm
when
saying.
when he put her in the car to go, he couldn't even look at her. He was just like, "I'm done. I don't want to talk about it
I'm
anymore. I'm
like,
done. I'm done. Just leave.
and like
Leave.
if I was your number one, if you
You
love
wouldn't
me
treat me like that."
close, yeah, and like if you knew you wanted to make me your wife, why even sleep with the other two women?
It just
I feel
seems
like
fishy.
yeah, I agree with that, but I also feel like a lot of the other bachelors and bachelorettes have slept with multiple people, and this wasn't the issue. So I feel like he
He
can't
thought
really be
that,
blamed. Yeah,
but like
like you can't really blame him too much,
it's
but
on a
like
woman to
also
woman basis. Like I guess
he should
Susie
know that
didn't
like
tell him, but like you should know her vibe about
yeah,
things. Like she
Okay, so
doesn't seem like the type.
so
yeah,
let me say this and then I'll read his statement. Um Now that we like have kind of seen the previews and we kind of know what happens, do you think that if Susie had never brought this up, would he have told the other two?
No.
no,
Why
I don't
would
Okay.
he
think he
need
thought it was
to?
that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Okay. And then do you think if they would have found out later, would it have been a
No.
big deal? Like if you picked Rachel and he found out that he slept with Gabby, would
I
it be
don't
like
think
a
the sleeping part was a big as big of a deal as the I'm in
I
love with
love
both of them
you.
part.
okay?
Yeah.
But now we know that those I love yous have to be fake because could you really be in love with three people at once?
I mean,
He
I
is.
guess you could. Like you could.
It has to
But
be
you
in
would
There's
different
love
ways though.
them
people.
in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people in polyamorous relationships
Yeah, but
who
like
I'm sure love all of their
yeah, but
partners.
like yeah. But they give them different things, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe he like likes how cool Gabby is and like she's like his BFF. But like
Well,
uh,
she did mention that he allows her not to just be fun Gabby. Like she can open up and talk about real things and not just be like cracking jokes all the time. Okay, so Clayton went on a podcast, the Almost Famous podcast, which they don't follow us, but it's Ashley I and Ben Higgins podcast. I was gonna say
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know
they
these
don't
people.
follow us.
hey guys, follow back Ashley I
They
and
have seven
Ben
thousand
Higgins.
followers. We can sneak in there real quick. Oh, by the way, we hit 100.
And we got a shout out.
Thanks, y'all.
Okay.
I know we're really moving on up, climbing.
I know.
Merch coming
And
soon.
we got past our 7th episode. And Nick Vial says if a podcast can make it past 7 episodes, it'll probably stick around.
Seriously?
Only 7?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do y'all realize that we're gonna have to come up with like non-bachelor content until Paradise?
I
And
know.
I want
So,
y'all to. So,
oh,
yeah,
also, it
go
may be like
back
a
and
thing
read
that
all my
Paradise
text
isn't.
messages.
I read them.
We'll talk about it this weekend, but it's also like a thing that Paradise may not even be going on this summer.
Why?
That's fine.
I don't know. I doubt it, but
Why? Oh, I'm like, the
I found that
pandemic
out
will
on
basically
Zachary
be
Reality.
over. Boo hoo. Tomato, tomato, tomato.
Yeah, just
Corny
so
throwing
high.
tomatoes.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Probably.
He,
But anyways, he went on Almost Famous podcast and he went on there to discuss like his conflict with Susie over fantasy suites because last night after the episode aired, I went and checked their Instagram post and nobody said anything. But Clayton
what are you
said, I'm
doing?
not exactly shocked by the reactions online. People are against me and favoring her, but I very much understand now. I'm embarrassed and I wish that I could have seen her side in that moment. In that moment, I didn't want to see her side because I knew if I saw it and accepted it, that was the end of it right there. There's so much that I wish I would have done differently and seen her side. When she dropped that news on me, I was just crushed watching this person that I thought I'm going to get engaged to essentially say I'm done.
Y'all ready for my theory?
Yeah,
Okay,
go
go.
for it.
Okay, so basically he's not gonna get engaged to any of them. Susie, I heard someone said that they convinced Susie to come back.
You
Did
heard
she
that
come
from
back?
me.
I
You
had a
heard
feeling
that
about
from
that.
me.
Okay, so she's gonna come back and she's gonna be like, "I forgive you." They're
I
not
know
gonna get
how it
Right?
engaged
ends.
though.
I know how it
They're not.
ends.
They're not gonna get engaged. I
Yes, I read
think
the
they're gonna
spoilers.
keep dating though because I think she can kind of see his side too, and she's gonna realize and they're both gonna see each other's side. They're gonna apologize and they're gonna continue to date, but they're not gonna get engaged.
I could
Can't
see
wait for
that.
your theory to, play out. Anyways, why I think he's single is because him just holding this engagement ring, but no proposal, that's still like my number one contender.
That's true. We still haven't seen him up on the little precipice thing.
Yeah, Gabby saying, I can't believe a single word that you're saying, walking out crying. Rachel barely can get up off the floor because she's so distraught about it. So I really think that he ends up with no one. And yes, the thing about Susie coming back, yeah, but I don't think that it's going to work out.
I think it's gonna be more of like they start dating on after the final rose. You're not gonna be together yet, but it's gonna be like an after the final rose. She comes back, they talk, and then they start dating.
Maybe, but at the same time, it's just like, if this is such a hard boundary for you, why did it take you X amount of time to figure out, oh, I can get past this now, but I couldn't get past this then after he, like, basically said, you're it, you're the one, I'm done.
Because she didn't believe him then. And maybe he like pursued her after and like convinced her to believe him. But I wouldn't believe him either in that moment.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, judging
Like you're
from
on
how,
TV, you've been up all night because you know their dinners happen at like 1 a.m.
yeah.
can somebody, like, in Bachelor Nation do, like, a day in the life? Like, I just want to know, what do y'all do? What are these hours that you do these things at? What is
A
the
day in
time
the
I
life.
heard
frame?
You can't have your
I
phone on
heard
there.
the what is it called? I heard like the dates last until like the group dates last until like two or three, and like the one-on-ones last until like 2 or 3, and then the first night lasts until like 7 a.m.
I know that one, but the group and the one-on-ones, no.
Oh, yeah. I feel like Becca said it a while ago or
Yeah, I
something.
think Becca did say it.
Probably. Anyways, what was I gonna say? That she could, but well, even if she did believe him in that moment, I don't think she should have stayed.
Me neither.
I think
Same.
if it was like that big of a deal,
But
you
I think,
leave, you don't look back
but I think
until
I could
after the
see
final
them
rose.
ending up like getting back together later. I just don't think like right now. That's why I said like after the final rose, maybe.
She's living her best life though, so possibly. I'm still shocked that Rachel and Matt are still together.
I'm not.
Hmm.
Just while I'm on that topic of Bachelor, like it blows my
Because he
mind that they're
loved
still
her.
together.
He just fell into some kind of made up peer pressure that he had to not be with her. Like,
Yeah, he used pressured as a
Possibly.
black man to
but
end
like,
it
by who? Because I
by the
think he
black
would have
Everyone
been.
in
community.
Bachelor Nation.
I don't think so. Because I think if he would have just stayed with her and held to his guns and been like, yeah, she did something racist, but I love her and I'm going to help her through this and I'm going to educate her, it would have gone over a lot smoother than racism
I
is
feel like
never
yeah,
acceptable. And
yeah.
then I
I
got back
think
with her.
I think Bachelor Nation tried to make it like a learning point too for like
Future
because like the
Bachelors.
conversation they had, what's his name, Emmanuel Acho on there,
Yeah.
and like made it like a deep conversation and stuff. I think they're trying to make it like a learning point because like after
Oh.
all the Chris Harris and stuff,
Like,
and
I
so then
think him and Tasha would be a cute couple.
who? Emmanuel
Emmanuel Acho.
Acho?
I
Yeah.
thought you were saying Matt. I was like,
No.
I thought he
That's
was
not gonna work
saying,
out.
I don't know who I thought she was saying, but it wasn't Tasha that I was thinking.
hmm,
Mm. Well, we done?
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune into the
Bachelor
live
episode next
tweets
week.
Yeah,
Monday
live
and Tuesday
tweets
at 7 p.m. I don't know
ish.
our time situation. I
Central.
8/7 Central.
Central time. Yeah, 8 7 Central. And then leave some things that you want to hear us talk about on the Instagram, the Twitter.
Yeah.
Comment
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
you'll
we do
see
comment.
some really nice
Alexis, you gotta
TikToks
start
coming out
putting
this Friday.
you gotta start
hashtags
putting yes. How are people
on
gonna say our
TikToks.
TikToks? Yeah.
Um I don't post on TikTok. I scroll through TikTok.
Well, we're gonna be posting some nice TikToks this weekend,
Yeah.
Yeah. A
so look out
couple.
for that
Probably
next
YouTube video of
week.
us speed reading. Air quotes again. Oh, well, do y'all want to talk about the book now? Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh.
TBD. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
Okay.
my bad.
I don't know. Next week
Yeah, I mean, might as
Maybe.
well. Yeah, yeah, that would make sense
we haven't
because,
even released the first one, so that's why I'm like,
oh, yeah,
Oh
if you
yeah.
haven't read Verity yet, you got,
You still have
we're
time.
pushing
You
it
have
back
2
a few weeks.
weeks.
yeah, so speed read that puppy.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
looking
Bachelor's
forward.
It's a real
on one, so
nail
we have to push
biter.
it back.
It's a real nail biter. And that is a great demonstration on how Max is Cujo himself
Hey, leave
reincarnated.
him alone.
I don't want to get copyrighted, but like,
What do you have
I
to
was gonna
say?
say, so what do you think, Max? Do you approve?
Oh my
He doesn't
goodness,
approve.
now that you put this animal on the mic.
He's so angry. Vaughn's in
Are
here now
you?
too. That's what he's
Hey,
growling
Vaughn.
at. Vaughn, say
Oh,
hi.
my bestie.
You hear her sniffing the mic?
Yes.
Gonna get
Oh
She
my
Tato.
booped
goodness.
Max's nose. They are gross. I'm telling y'all.
No, Max is an angry little man.
He's not angry. Vaughn just is
Obviously.
up in his is just up in his space and he hates it.
Remember when Max used to hate you?
Like last
Exactly.
week. No, see, Vaughn wishes she was a lap dog, and so Max is on top of me and she wants to be on top of me. So she's being a lot right now.
Mm,
You gotta let her get some lap time too.
thank you.
She is not sitting on my lap.
Wow.
Y'all hear her run
They
out
sound
of
like
It's
here?
not
they're
fair.
galloping in the background. Yeah. Okay, anyways,
I
thanks for
bit my
listening to the
pinky
podcast.
earlier
Make sure you.
today, so
Wow.
We are trying to end this podcast,
Thank
Casey.
you.
my bad.
Make
My
sure you
bad.
follow us on Instagram at codependent.podcast and then on Twitter at codependentpod_. And then I forgot the TikTok username, but it's in the bio.
It's like
That's all I gotta say.
codependent.org
Yeah.
or something.
Something of that
Yeah.
nature. We're still
Well,
working on
see,
TikTok. Oh, and
I
subscribe to
think
our
this is
YouTube
like the
channel
most
at Codependent
focused
Podcast.
episode.
it really
What?
was.
The most
It's like the most
focused?
focused episode. Like we actually kind of talked about The Bachelor most of the time.
No,
Yeah.
because a lot
Go
happened.
us.
Now, next week, I got a lot to say. I feel like I have a lot coming, you know.
You
How
don't
do
know
you
you have a lot
know
to say yet.
I am Team Gabby. That's all I gotta
Team
say.
Rachel.
Team Clayton being single?
Wait, so who do we think the next Bachelorette's gonna be?
Gabby.
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 I have to watch next week to say mine.
Gabby.
You're
They're not gonna
you're
make
you're
Susie the Bachelorette.
not after this shamble of a mess.
I don't think Susie.
Maybe Rachel. Ooh, possibly Teddy. You know, a little
I
character
was
arc.
thinking
Because she got the Bachelorette
Teddy
edit.
or Serene for like because of the Women Tell All, but I gotta see this next episode to like
See who
finalize
really
my
got the edit.
pick. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.